First tonight at 6, a deep dive into financial issues within the town of Swansea. Over the past few years, at least one former mayor has been charged with breach of trust and embezzlement. That's according to SLED in the Lexington County Bond Court. And now a recent audit is indicating millions of dollars are missing from the town's budget. News 19's Rachel Ripp takes a deep dive into the newest financial troubles. Rachel.
Yes, Darcy, this document is the fourth page of an external audit report of the town of Swansea for the year that ended June 30th, 2021. Now, it states that balances related to fixed assets, which would include land, property, and equipment, and for all funds, are understated by at least $3,309,000. Now, ultimately, we're talking about taxpayer dollars, and local leaders and residents I spoke with are not happy about it. Residents are left with more questions than answers here in the town of Swansea. The discovery of $3.3 million in assets that are unaccounted for from this audit of the town's budget from 2021. The document is 37 pages long and outlines the lack of balances for accounts receivable and accounts payable balances. According to the document, because those balances are missing, beginning and ending balances could not be reconciled. Scott Whetstone is the chairman of the Lexington County Council.
Generations of families' legacies is being tarnished because of misappropriation of funds and mismanagement of all of the assets that the town had. So it's just not a good image. And who would want to come into that town to try to revitalize it or move into there when you have all of these issues going on?
According to Councilman Linda Butler, this also comes on the heels of Town Council not passing their 2022-2023 budget. In its second reading this week, locals we spoke to today didn't want their faces filmed on camera, but say they are not pleased with the information.
Very confused. It seems that the town's been taken advantage of. We need to see some accountability. We need to see what happened. We need to see how it's going to be, how these wrongs are going to be corrected.
All that money could be put into, look at the roads. Look at the buildings. Look at downtown Swansea Main Street, if that's what you want to call it. I mean, you know, that money could be put to good use, could help schools.
The audit explains that the town's records were inadequate, and it identifies several areas where income was not correctly documented, if it was documented at all. Here are a few examples. The document notes invalid accounts for insurance payments received from retirees, totaling more than $3,800. Net wages totaling more than $37,000. And then there's this, a note that the town did not record as income, nearly $25,000 to the general fund. That money came from the state treasurer. Former town council candidate Thomas Dees says there needs to be more transparency and locals need to speak up.
Be more vocal, attend the town meetings. They have the town meetings set up. I think, a lot of people, from what I'm hearing, a lot of people are voting their concerns.
Financial issues are not new for the town of Swansea. Back in July of 2021, then town mayor Gerald Sanders was charged with embezzlement of less than $10,000 and misconduct in office. That's according to the state's attorney general's office and the state's law enforcement division. And a check of the WLTX archives turned up reports dating back to 2015, where SLED investigated thousands of dollars missing from the town's water and sewer account. Now, we checked with SLED about this most recent audit report, and they tell us they have not been asked to investigate. Now, we made attempts to speak with the town's mayor and requested an interview, but she did decline those requests. Swansea Town Councilman Michael Luongo tells me council has a meeting scheduled with this auditor, Mr. Brown, and it's scheduled for August 22nd. While Lexington County Councilman Whetstone says he'll be meeting with Governor McMaster within the next week to discuss this audit as well. In the studio, Rachel Ripp, News 19, WLTX.